My name is Sahira, and I'm here to teach you the beautiful art of belly dance. Well, hello there, online belly dance family, and welcome back. And for any new folks who are tuning in for the first time today, I am so happy that you are here. My name is Sahira, and I am so excited to show you a beautiful belly dance move. Today, we are working on the Egyptian basic, which is basically a step touch with a hip lift twist. So let's go ahead and dive in and do it right now. So I like to build this movement from the ground up because if you don't have the feet, nothing else is going to work. We're working with a basic step touch, which is just a step and a touch, just like it sounds, step and touch. When you touch with the foot, you're not really putting any weight onto that foot. You're just merely touching with the toe or touching with the ball of the foot is fine. Once we get going into this movement, it's going to be a little bit of a wider stance and your touch is going to come slightly forward. And so instead of being feet in line, touch comes slightly forward. So this is our basic footwork for the Egyptian basic. Now we're going to add on top of this a hip lift twist. And what that is a combination of a twist and a lift, which is actually a little bit easier to do than it sounds. So we're looking at foundationally the concept of a twist, which in belly dance, we want to think about creating this partially by using the obliques, right, to keep the knees and the toes nice and safe if we're doing it here in a position where our feet are flat on the floor, right? So we're using this little twist. But when we do the touch, we're going to be pushing a little bit into the floor to create a lift in the hip. And so this is coming from two places. You're pushing your ball of your foot into the floor just a little bit, straightening the knee just a little bit, and that's going to create skeletally a hip lift. If you want to give it a little extra oomph, you can also engage that oblique. And if you want to take it even a step further, you can squeeze the glute to give it a little snap as well. But you always want to be sure that that knee stays soft and you never straighten it or jam it back in the process of trying to create this movement. So if we look at putting that together with the twist, what it's going to be is a little bit of a push into the foot, a little bit of a lift in the hip with the intentionality of twisting forward in the hip as well. So you're going to layer a little bit of that oblique, that internal oblique twist forward to create this movement. Twist, lift. Twist, lift. So the hip has gone from down to up and is also kind of curved in towards the center axis of the body, right? So if we're going to do this side to side with the step touch, that is the foundation of our Egyptian basic, it looks like this. Step, touch, step, touch. Getting that little twist lift, right? Using the floor, right? Feel free to push into the floor, but also feel free to use the muscles a little bit. So I'm straightening the knee using the skeleton, also using that external oblique to continue to lift. And if you want, you can squeeze with the glute on the active side. Squeeze with the left, squeeze with the right, squeeze with the left, squeeze with the right. You're going to continually step with this so you'll find your body move side to side a little bit, which makes this Egyptian basic an awesome traveling move. And we will do that in just a second. Let's do a few more repetitions here of our step touch. Knees and toes continue to point forward, right? We've got that good body alignment, nice tall posture, and getting that twist in the hip, twist in the hip. Let's do two more. And last one. Yeah, so far so good. Let's go ahead and talk about how you're going to travel with this. We'll just take this around in a circle in whatever space that you have available to you. Simple to travel with because the feet are already moving. So I'm going to think about stepping forward when I step, and then that touch is going to be in place. Then you'll step forward on the step or turning and touch in place. So you're traveling on just half of the movement. Travel, stationary, travel, stationary, travel, stationary. Using the floor to create that movement. You can step as wide or as narrow as you would like. Yeah, you can really gain some traction and get some movement with this. We'll take it the other direction. Reverse skate, other way. Step, touch, step, touch. Being sure you're still getting that twist lift on top of it, right? A combination of the twist and the lift. Now, I'm going to give you one more layer before we drill this with music. We're going to look at arms. There are lots of different arms you could potentially do with this. The one we're going to focus on today is, I believe, one of the most common arms, and it's going to look like this. One hand is going to come to the head, kind of like your thumb is kind of coming in towards the head, like you have a very dramatic headache, yeah? So the elbow is open, the hand is to the head, the palm is slightly forward, so not here, but here. And then the other arm is going to be out in second position, slightly forward, a little bit of curve in the elbow. It's at shoulder height. And then typically this palm is going to be a little bit lifted. So a little bit of a break in the wrist. And if you want to get into serious detail, you want to have that beautiful belly dance hand, which means the middle finger is dropped and slightly extended. And that thumb is a nice long line coming from your arm, right? So we're here, and then we're going to switch sides as we switch hips. So we're switching sides, and hand comes here. So now your left hand comes to the head, thumb slightly in, palm slightly forward. Right hand is at shoulder level, a little bit of a bend in the elbow, a little bit of a break in the wrist. Fingers are slightly apart. Middle finger is dropped. Thumb is nice and long. Yeah, talking about details. Let's switch back. Right hand comes to the head. Left hand comes down. You can go straight in front, slightly to the side. See what feels good to you. Yeah. And switch one more time. So now one more detail on this switch. If you'll look closely, you'll notice that as I move my arm through the air, the wrist draws the hand forward. Wrist pulls towards my head, say on my right hand right now. And then if I look at the right hand again, wrist pushes as it comes back down. This is generally how we move hands in belly dance, right? Wrist is going to pull the hand through space. So wherever you're going, the wrist is leading, right? So instead of getting kind of a robotic arm here, which you might start there, and that's okay. But as you start to finesse it, I want you to think of allowing that wrist to be what pulls through space. Fingers trail along behind, nice and beautiful, very energized, slightly splayed, right? Energy all the way through the finger, but you'll notice wrists are constantly bending and straightening. Another way you can think about it is my wrist is open on the way down, and then it closes on the way up, right? Wrist is open on the way down, palm is up, and it closes on the way up. So let's see if we can put all that stuff together, yeah? All right, let's try to put it all together. So if we step right, touch left, let's go ahead and for today, match the downward arm to the upward hip. Then we're gonna step on the left, touch right, matching the downward arm to the upward hip, which is doing a twist lift, yeah? Step, touch, step, touch. Wrist draws through space and then settles. Wrist draws through space and then settles. Wrists. Yes, energy in the hands. Step, touch, step, touch. One more on each side. Step, touch. Yes, so quick review of the movement, and then we're going to do it with music. So coming from our basic belly dance posture, in the feet, we've got step touch, making sure you don't really take any weight on that touch, but you can use the ball of your foot kind of as a fulcrum to create this twist in the hip. The hip is a combination of a twist and a lift. You can add glute for sharpness, yes? You can add oblique for a little extra lift, right? But no matter what, you're getting a bit of a twist forward and a lift as you're doing that. Upper body is doing nothing, right? All about isolation. So upper body is lifted, neck is long, and the arms we've chosen to place on our Egyptian basic today are switching one hand at the head, one hand in forward second position, focusing on wrists leading and beautiful fingers. Are you ready for this? Let's go ahead and drill it with music. All right, let's go ahead and dance this with music. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the whole thing all together, our Egyptian basic with our arms. Do a few more reps of this. All right, let's do just the lower body. Good, don't forget to breathe or else you're gonna get a terrible stitch in your side. Please breathe. You can use that floor to push a little extra if you'd like. Let's take it for a walk, lower body only. Or if you'd like, you can get creative with your arms. Keep it walking around. Nice, adding the arms back in here. Maybe try adding a little glute squeeze. Looking good. Take it for a walk. Can you walk it backwards? Walk it around. Keep breathing. Walk it around the other way. Good. Hold it in place here. Dancer's choice for arms. What would you like to do? Walk it forward. Almost there. I hope you enjoyed this belly dance tutorial. I want to know, and I want to hear from you. Post below and let me know how it's going. Let me know what you would like to learn next in the beautiful art of belly dance. And please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can send you fabulous belly dance content every week. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the dance floor soon.